Welcome to this episode of Growth on Purpose with me, Claire Chandler. This episode is brought to you by the Strategic Advisor Board and my company, Talent Boost. I help executives and business owners get their teams working together more effectively in less time with less cultural resistance so they can accelerate their business growth on purpose. So I have a question for you. What are you motivated by? What fuels you? What revs your internal engine? It's a pretty significant question that I think you as a leader may often take for granted. Just like you always need to find ways to motivate your people, you also have to stay motivated. As the saying goes, you can't fill from an empty cup. And you don't just have to be a coach or a counselor to feel that that's important. As a leader, you have to maintain a level of energy that is authentic and real. Otherwise, you're going to have nothing left for inspiring and driving and motivating your people. So I want to talk to you briefly about the different internal reward systems we all have. And we all have these in varying degrees. And in the work that I do with clients, I'm able to measure what motivates an individual. And these are typically grouped into 7 main categories. And feel free to take notes, or if you've got some interest in sort of the science behind this, reach out to me and I'm happy to go into more depth. But just at a high level, I'm going to go through the 7. So the first one is aesthetic. And people who have a high aesthetic reward system or motivational category are motivated and energized and fueled and filled back up by having harmony in their lives. These are people who might really enjoy and get recharged by going out for a walk, exercising, having balance in their lives. So that's someone with a high aesthetic motivator. Someone who's high in an economic motivator is not necessarily motivated purely by money, but they are motivated by tangible returns on their investment of either money or effort. This is very high for recognition. Now, I've spoken in previous episodes about how we all need recognition. But if you have a very high economic motivator category, you are motivated by the tangible recognition, the tangible return for your efforts. Third is individualistic. If you're motivated in an individualistic way, you get fueled, you feel rewarded when you are recognized for your uniqueness and when you get to do things in your own unique way. Fourth is political. Someone who is motivated by a high political category is motivated by taking charge, being in control, having accountability. They have the buck stops here kind of a mentality, and they enjoy seeing the team win. The 5th category is altruist. Someone who is motivated through a high altruist reward system gets energy, gets refilled and refueled by helping others to get better, to grow, and to develop. The 6th category is regulatory. Someone who has a very high regulatory motivation loves to put structure in place. If there are not enough rules or processes or procedures already existing in their role or in their business, they get fueled, they get motivated, they get fired up by putting that structure in place. And the last one is theoretical. Someone who has a very high theoretical value set or motivator gets fueled and refilled and recharged and energized by learning, acquiring knowledge, learning for the sake of learning. It's not enough to understand those 7 categories, and there's no test at the end here. It is really critical that you understand not just what motivates you, but what uniquely motivates your people. The more you can tap into those motivations, also in ways that work through your fast lane, which I covered in the previous video, but the more you can do things that come naturally to you in ways that feed your internal reward system, the more you are going to feel fulfilled, rewarded, productive, not stressed. And boy, wouldn't that be nice. So thank you for watching today's episode of Growth on Purpose. I hope you gain at least one valuable tip you can apply to your business. This is just one small piece of my system that I use with my clients to help them build commitment, align their leaders, and accelerate their growth. If you'd like a copy of my 1-page Growth on Purpose roadmap, just click the link in the description below. And make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel so you can get daily updates.